What does the word believe mean? Definitions are important. We can't have a productive discussion if we have different ideas of what words mean. Alex O'Connor did a response video to the surrounded debate on atheism versus Christianity with Jordan Peterson, and I'd like to respond to that. There are lots of interesting points in the discussion, but I just want to focus on the meaning of the word believe. Both Jordan Peterson and the debaters all seem to misunderstand the word belief, but to be fair to them, it seems that most dictionaries are also lacking clarity.
Peterson really wants to know, what do we mean by believe?
Sure. So do you believe in the all-knowing, all-powerful, all-good notion of God?
What do you mean by believe?
Do you think it to be true?
To be fair to the debater, most dictionaries do define it like that, but really belief means to think something is true while lacking evidence. I had to look around because many dictionaries don't make the distinction, but it's an important one. We really need to distinguish between thinking something is true and thinking it's true but with no evidence. So dictionary.com defines it as to have confidence in the truth, the existence or the reliability of something, although without absolute proof that one is right in doing so. Collins says, if you believe something is true, you think it's true, but you're not sure. Google says, it's an acceptance that something exists or is true, especially one without proof. To be properly understood, belief must be considered as standing in opposition to knowledge. These things are essentially dual opposites. Knowledge is 100% certainty that something is true because you have personally witnessed it. Knowledge is essentially equivalent to experience. The duality should be considered as equivalent to the duality of hearsay versus witness evidence in a courtroom. Of course, hearsay is not admissible as evidence, whereas witness evidence is. Of course, our experience can be mistaken, but that's a separate issue. We have to be careful what we claim to know, of course. In the examples given in the discussion, however, there is no mistake possible.
So you're saying that you don't believe something if you wouldn't die for it?
Not really, no.
Okay. So then,
How would you define belief? Something you say?
Well, can I explain? Like, I could believe it is the case that this pen exists, but
When the debater says, I believe this pen exists, he's really using the wrong word. He has evidence of the pen's existence. He knows it exists. As an example of the distinction between these two, let's consider somebody says to you that over that hill is the ocean. Without going over the hill, you only have belief. You can think, I think he's lying, or I think he's telling the truth. If you make the effort to walk over the hill yourself, though, you can then have knowledge. You can see for yourself whether the ocean exists over that hill or whether it doesn't.
So the idea is that in order to believe something, like the idea that this chair exists,
Alex O'Connor is making the same mistake, basically. He knows the chair exists because he's sitting on it. He has personal experience of it. He knows it exists.
If somebody threatened my friend with a gun and said, Alex, you have to say that this chair does not exist or I'll shoot your friend, then yeah, I'll probably lie. I'll say, yeah, okay, the chair doesn't exist. But that doesn't mean I don't believe the chair exists. I still believe it exists.
So when Alex is talking about believing the chair exists, this isn't really right. He knows it exists, he can see it, he can touch it, he has personal experience of the chair. It may seem like a trivial distinction, but it's really not. Belief and knowledge are essentially opposites. Belief, like hearsay, doesn't prove anything, whereas knowledge obtained via first-hand experience does. Ensuring that we can tell the difference between the things we believe and the things we know is essential to good mental health. These things belong in different categories, and if we get them mixed up, we become confused. It's a big part of getting your head straight, trying to figure out, what you believe and what you know, and making a firm distinction between them. Anyway, that'll do for today. Hope you liked the video. Like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Thanks.